watching Doctor Who with a real-life Confederation undercover alien. Like a real-life Doctor Who. Okay, right here I'm showing my jacket that I wear. It's my anarcho-punk jacket. I like the music and the political views of anarchism, which is very similar to universal economics of the Alliance and prior choice of Addison Brown, uh, particularly individualist anarchism of Benjamin Tucker, which is very close to universal economics. I have some anarchism buttons and stuff like that I like to wear. I'm showing this because it doesn't matter what a person is interested in. They can be apolitical, they can be Republican or Democrat or Green Party. Doesn't matter. What matters is they put service to the Confederation first, service to God first, and then everything else secondary, and to have a sincere attitude of service to God and to follow God's laws, and a sincere attitude of friendship towards the Confederation. As Adamski mentioned in his book, Inside the Spaceships. Let's see. It says right here on page 164, those few on Earth who do sincerely desire to learn the laws of the Infinite One must try to lead the others, and we of other worlds will help them. So anyone who has a sincere desire to follow the laws of God and teach others and see the Confederation as friends sincerely, they will help them out. And they also state, let's see, on page 225, let's see. Meanwhile, we keep ourselves ever alerted to receive the call for whatever help men of Earth may truly desire, for they are still our brothers. And they do this with registering discs that can read our thoughts that orbit the planet. If a person practices following the laws, it's possible they can make it into Confederation worlds in the next life with their memory intact. As it states on page 228, you on Earth use the term the law of transmigration in a mistaken sense. What it really means is that when an individual on your Earth has risen above the ignorance of his brothers into a higher understanding of life, rebirth on another planet is permitted. He will come through with a vivid memory of his experience on Earth. Predominant will be his conception of the fundamental laws that govern all life. Memories of his daily habits, his relationship with his family and associates, while still clear, will be secondary. He will realize that there's no missing link between the two stages of life, but a continuity of development uncluttered by many of the names and divisions which confused him on Earth. So with that understanding, the Confederation has registering discs that orbit the Earth, and when you they read people's thoughts, and those who are sincere in helping others in service and friendship towards the Confederation, they will help out by either sending registering discs. They will help out by influencing the person's subconscious from a distance with their technology or operatives, or they may send an undercover operative to help out in small ways. The real undercover operatives radiate good energy, like calmness and peace, or friendship and wisdom, friendship and calmness. My favorite group is Buck Nelson's group. They radiate calmness and peace. And it's very unusual. It's very powerful forms of those energies. All of them, the calmness and peace, the friendship and wisdom. They're very powerful energies radiating from their bodies on otherwise normal-looking people. But they do things that are coincidental, so you know it's them, in an indirect way, because their non-interference directive prevents them from directly openly admitting who they are because they're undercover, but they can do indirect methods because they don't like being undercover. They'd rather have people know, and this is one way where they're allowed to indirectly at least let people know who they are and become better friends. And if majority of people saw them as friends on the planet, they can come openly. And this channel and the Lucas Louise books. Lucas Louise is my pen name, but this channel and those books are one small way to help achieve that goal. The goal of this video was to mention that I was watching a Doctor Who episode with one of my favorite undercover operative friends. It was just funny sitting there watching a Doctor Who has a lot of the same ethics as the undercover Confederation operatives do. And it was entertaining, slightly entertaining. We were just watching it. It was funny. Watching a TV show about a fictional alien, and right next to me is a real life undercover Confederation real life alien with similar ethics. And if you like Doctor Who and its ethics of the Doctor, I made a video of this. So if you like Doctor Who and you want to be in contact with real aliens, look at this channel and the Lucas Louise books and follow them, and there's definitely possible, if you're sincere and you teach the universal laws to others, that they too will help out your subconscious behind the scenes, or they may even send an undercover operative to be your friend. So it's fun, and I recommend it. I think you'll like it if you try it, and if it happens. And just be careful, there are evil groups too. In my case, they pretended to be both undercover Confederation operatives and undercover Alliance operatives. The Confederation calls them CTRs. One of the main groups are the evil CTRs are the Megans, as stated on Brother Bob's Terror Corps website. On the policy decisions, which are spurious, 7th of December 1963, they talks about different planes of existence and nonsense like other dimensions and stuff. as the Alliance brothers state, it's all life on Venus and all that stuff was memory manipulation, and the Amigans use bad science and New Age nonsense like parallel dimensions and life in other dimensions and other nonsense to discredit the contactees. Like this one here, which Brother Bob talks about, stuff about parallel dimensions and life on Venus is all nonsense, which he talks about here. And the same people that were influencing Brother Bob to give wrong information about life on Venus is the same group that influenced George Adamski, Howard Menger, Daniel Fry, Buck Nelson, and others to say there's life on those planets or they're extra-dimensional beings and other bad science and nonsense. And the Confederation also said as much here on page 223 of Mass Contacts. Says the CTRs little by little were sizing opportunity, altering documents, changing memories, even wiping out somebody's memories, injecting wrong feelings as easily as they're showing a movie. Our friends had often stressed against all that the only possible defense should consist of from will. And I would say also use Sermon on the Mount, because when you use Sermon on the Mount, you could use the evil to your advantage by forgiving it, and that way your sins are forgiven, and you can impress the real Confederation. So you can, and also be able to pay for what you want. And that way, when evil groups have harassed me and I've forgiven them, my sins are forgiven and the Confederation helps out more. And any problems you may have caused are also, the Confederation is also is cleaned, and they are more friendly towards you and is forgiven. Because no one's perfect, but when evil does stuff to you and you forgive the evil, it keeps you karmically perfect, so to speak. And the Confederation helps out more. Undercover operatives. So I hope this video helps you to have some information on how to potentially contact real undercover Confederation operatives, the real life Doctor Who's, so you can live a better life and help others. And stuff like the reptilians is nonsense. The real ones are groups like Elizabeth Clara's group, but they don't contact anyone except Elizabeth Clara. Brother Bob's group of the Alliance, but they don't contact anyone except for Brother Bob. And the Confederation. Those are the good ones. The main three that I'm aware of. And only the Confederation contacts people in the undercover manner that my books and this website talks about. Also, the real Confederation radiates good energy, and the evil groups that pretend to be them radiate like a no energy, or like a parasite type energy. So there's a distinction. Okay. Everything is available. More information is available at my channel and at Libertad 450, that's my channel, or my Lucas Louise books, and Lucas Louise is my pen name. Thank you for watching this video, and I wish you a very happy life in service to others and to God.